You know the drill, right? You spend hours staring at charts, analyzing price action, backtesting these elaborate strategies. But then you step up to actually execute the trade and completely fumble it on a basic, fundamental level. Well, today in this explainer, we're targeting the silent killer, the one thing that ruins more prop firm accounts than bad setups or unlucky markets combined.
Let me ask you something, and I want you to be brutally honest with yourself here. Before your very last trade, did you actually calculate your lot size using a hard formula? Or did you kind of just pick a number that felt right? Maybe it's what you used last Tuesday or some number you saw someone use on Twitter. Listen, if you picked a number based on a gut feeling, you need to pay close attention right now. Because that guess, that completely uncalculated decision, is exactly what blows challenges. And today, we're going to fix it for good. Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our roadmap for today. First up, the real challenge killer. Then we're rethinking your risk, followed by the formula. We'll put it all in action with Euro USD and then gold, and finally, we'll wrap up with the one rule. All right, starting off with section 1, the real challenge killer. So when you're taking a prop firm challenge, you are operating inside some really strict boundaries. We aren't playing around in a casual demo account anymore. Flying blind here, it's absolutely fatal. Prop firms give you hard, non-negotiable limits. For example, a 10% maximum drawdown. Think about it. If you have a $100,000 account, that's a $10,000 ceiling. There is literally zero room for sloppy guesswork. And it gets even tighter with a 5% daily loss limit. That is just $5,000 in a single day. Now, if you're out here just guessing your lot sizes, you might accidentally risk $3,000 on a trade when you really only meant to risk $1,000. If that trade goes south, and then the next one does too, boom, you've suddenly burned through $6,000 in just 2 trades. Your daily limit is breached, and your challenge is over. No warnings, no appeals, just done. And this brilliantly illustrates the whole illusion of the lot size. Look at this. We've got 2 traders, and they both take a 3-lot position on Euro USD. Trader A uses a tight 10-pip stop loss. At 3 lots, that's a $300 risk. Not bad. But Trader B over here, he also uses 3 lots, but has a wider 40-pip stop loss. Guys, that is a $1,200 risk. It is the exact same lot size, but 4 times the actual financial risk. And the absolute worst part, Trader B probably didn't even realize it until the trade closed. Moving on to section 2, rethinking your risk. Okay, we need to completely shift your paradigm right now. You've got to stop thinking about your trades in terms of random lot sizes. Saying, oh, I'll take 3 lots, or I think I'll do 5 lots today, means absolutely nothing in isolation. Position sizing is simply this: how much of your account you're risking on a single trade. That's the whole shebang. The exact amount you risk is a combination of 3 things working together: your lot size, the distance to your stop loss, and the pip value of the instrument. You just cannot separate them. Which brings us to section 3, the formula. This right here is the mathematical core that completely removes the guesswork from your trading. I'm actually going to slow down a bit here so you can really digest this. Lot size equals your account balance, multiplied by your risk percentage. You take that number and you divide it by your stop pips, multiplied by the pip value. I promise you, this formula is going to become your absolute best friend. Let's break down exactly what each of these pieces actually means. Number 1, account balance. This is your current login balance right now, not what you started the challenge with, and definitely not what you hope it'll be tomorrow. Number 2, risk percentage. In prop challenges, this has to strictly stay between 0.5 and 1%, not 3%, not 5%. Stick to the plan. Number 3, stop pips. That is the exact distance from your entry price to your stop loss. And number 4, pip value. For most of the major Forex pairs, it's roughly $10 per pip, per standard lot.
Let's see this in section 4. In action, EUR/USD.
Let's see how simple this actually is once we plug in some real numbers. Let's say you have a $100,000 account, and you want to risk exactly 1% on a Euro-USD setup, and your stop loss is 20 pips away. Step 1, calculate your risk. $100,000 times 1% means you are willing to lose exactly $1,000. Simple enough. Step 2, determine your pip cost. On Euro-USD, it's $10 per standard lot. Step 3, apply the formula. $1,000 divided by the 20 pips times $10. So that's 1,000 divided by 200, which spits out exactly 5 lots. It's clean, it's exact, and it is completely safe. Now, here is where it gets absolutely crucial. What happens when the setup changes? So yesterday's 20 pip stop gave us 5 lots.
But let's say today's setup requires a wider 35 pip stop. Well, if we run that exact same formula to keep our $1,000 risk constant, the math becomes 1,000 divided by 350. That equals 2.8 lots. Did you catch that? Notice how your lot size literally has to physically shrink to keep your risk exactly the same. You pick the stop based on your strategy first, and then you calculate the lot size to match your risk. It is never the other way around.
Let's move on to Section 5, Inaction, Gold.
Okay, we need to shift our focus to a highly volatile instrument that trips up so many traders: gold. Gold requires some special attention because, frankly, it just doesn't behave exactly like the major currency pairs. The most important thing you have to know is that gold pip values actually vary by broker. Most brokers out there price gold to 2 decimal places, which means a $1 price move, say from 1980.00 up to 1981.00, is actually 100 pips. So here's how we calculate it, and let's move quickly through this one. Step 1. You absolutely must verify your broker's specific pip value in their contract specifications before you ever click buy or sell. Let's say it's $1 per pip for a mini lot. Step 2. You've got a 25 pip stop and that same 1% risk limit, which is $1,000. Step 3. Let's calculate. $1,000 divided by 25 pips times the $1 pip value. 1,000 divided by 25 equals 40 mini lots, or 0.40 standard lots. If gold moves 25 pips against you, you lose exactly $1,000. No surprises.
And finally, Section 6, the one rule. So we've covered the math, we've gone through the examples, we've talked about the limits. Now we arrive at the behavioral mandate that ties this whole explainer together. I want you to burn this into your memory. Calculate your position size before every single trade without exception. Not just every other trade, not just the big exciting ones, every single one. Honestly, it takes maybe 30 seconds to build a Google Sheet calculator or just pull up a free tool like MyFXBook on your second monitor. Taking those 30 seconds is quite literally the difference between passing a challenge with controlled professional risk and randomly gambling your account away. I want to leave you with this final, somewhat provocative thought. If you feel so much intense pressure to enter a market quickly that you tell yourself you don't even have 30 seconds to calculate your risk, is that trade really worth taking? I mean, think about it. That pressure, that's your emotion talking, not your trading strategy. If the perfect entry vanishes in 30 seconds, it probably wasn't a setup worth having in the first place. Make this a non-negotiable habit starting tonight, and finally take control of your risk once and for all.